everybody. Welcome to Surviving the Badge, where it's two cops in a bar talking cop shit.
Cheers.
We're choir practice.
Yep.
Chilling, having a beer. Going to talk about current events. Some weird stuff going on in the news right now, big time. Our show tonight, we're going to talk about a 18-month-old toddler that was left in a 100-degree plus car to die.
An 18-month-old Florida toddler has died after officials say he was left in a hot truck for more than 3 hours while his father allegedly got a haircut and drank at a bar.
While his dad had a haircut and a few beers.
Yeah. I don't get how that, how do you, that's just so,
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's the human being that did this.
Did he give a statement?
Is he
denying it?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, he said that the sheriff of Volusia County, Chitwood, called him a lying piece of shit.
Orman responded first, and clearly what they saw was horrific. And as I take it through the timeline, I want to start out by saying that this father is a human piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Right on the news.
He's in the top 5 of our top sheriffs in Volusia County.
He damn sure is. So just so you guys know, we are on Spotify also.
Oh yeah.
We started a new account on Spotify, Surviving the Badge. We are putting all of this audio onto Spotify. So you guys tune in over there if you're on a drive or something, you know, and you just want something good to listen to.
Here's some cops talking cop shit.
Yeah, just have a few laughs, you know, here and there. We'd appreciate it. Give us a little subscribe on there. Yeah. We appreciate it. So let's get cracking.
Before we do that, let's talk about our fallen officer moment.
Salute moment.
Right now we're sitting at 34 passed in the line of duty. And still, everything is, again, still trending downward. Overall deaths, gunfire, weapon or automobiles, everything, still trending downward. So that's a good sign.
Thank God. That is a great sign.
So here is to all of our fallen
salute
brothers and sisters.
And our salute moment is brought to you by our sponsors. They've been a sponsor now for over a year of our show. And we really appreciate that. And here's a word from them. Contact Mainstreet Realty for all your real estate needs. This power team includes Tom Clem, a veteran Marine and retired law enforcement professional. All right. Thank you, sponsors, very much. We really appreciate it. Kristen and Tom Clem, they are amazing folks. Know them personally.
You know, people in this time and age, they're shitting all over cops, and cops are just horrible people and all this, and they don't take into account the kind of stuff that they deal with on a daily basis. We really have to pray for the officers, the family of this. You said 18 months old?
Yeah, you got a toddler. Yeah.
First one to the scene is going to be a patrol officer.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you know, because they're always there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the firefighters, and then the officers is sitting there with this dead 18-month-old child, and they probably have a child, and then they have to be professional, and they have to deal with the fact that somebody just murdered this 18-month-old child. So please, when you are thinking about, you know, just dumping on cops for being pieces of shit and all that, think about for just a moment.
Yeah.
All the stuff that they have to deal with that you don't have to deal with.
And what's really bad is, you know, they get there, they're first on scene. They have no idea what's happened.
Right. Absolutely.
They don't know that this child was left in this car for 3 hours. They don't know that.
No.
All they know is there's a child laying on the floor who isn't breathing, who feels warm or hot to the touch. They're thinking, okay, the kid's sick. He's got a fever, you know, and he's quit breathing. Fever, all seizure, you know, quit breathing, whatever. Been there, done that. You know, it saved a child's life that had that. And then they found out afterwards.
Yeah.
What really happened. And they're like, you know, your grief and your PTSD goes to complete screaming anger.
So we're going to take you through a timeline here of what the investigators put together. So, Andrew. So, Hanky Panky's Lounge, where he gets his haircut. What he does is he pulls in here, leaves the baby in the car, 11:30 a.m. He gets his haircut. He then parks his car with Sebastian in it when he gets his haircut. They then park over here. Sebastian's in the back of the car. The car seat faces the rear window of the car, where he then enters Hanky Panky's lounge around noon. So you figure the baby's been in the car the ride over. Now, half hour later, after the haircut, baby's still in the car. He decides he's going to go into Hanky Panky's to have a cocktail. He's there from noon to 2:40. So
Yeah.
And you find out.
And you can't do anything about
And
it.
you can't do a damn thing
Yeah.
about
And
it.
that's where,
you know?
that's where a good support system, and that's where a good agency that will be there to help you in those type situations. I mean, you've seen a lot of death. I've seen death of children. I've seen kids. I saw a 16-year-old who was in a boating accident. I saw him die right in front of me. I mean, it's just stuff that we have to deal
horrendous.
with. And you gotta be the person who's keeping it together and still working and doing your job. So just remember that when you're thinking about police officers.
So this is a toddler named Sebastian Gardner. He was left in the car for approximately 3 hours. The temperature outside at the time. Now, this is Florida. Our average summer temperature is like 95 degrees.
Yeah.
This was in the beginning of June. This happened, and we're at the end of June now. And it was like 90, 91 degrees outside. Okay.
Yeah, and that's nothing compared to what's actually in the car,
Right.
in that baking car.
They asked,
We want to talk about 95 degrees and what it does to your car. So today was 95, and I would say 94, 95, 96. These are the temperatures we're expecting every day through next week. A lot of that has to do with that Saharan dust that arrives on Sunday, really knocks out our rain chances. But let's say that the outside air temperature is 95 and your car is sitting in the sun. After 10 minutes, that temperature rises to 114, 124 after 20 minutes, 129 after 30 minutes, 133 after 40 minutes, and finally, after an hour, 130.
the child sat in the car for 3 hours. Oh, but he did crack the windows and he put a little battery operated fan on.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. While he sat in there and baked. I mean, it just baked.
So what did the dad do?
So he gets out, he goes over, this happened over here on the east side of Volusia County near the Daytona Beach area for reference for all of our guests that, don't know that area. Daytona Beach, world's most famous beach. And he goes over there because he wants to get a haircut.
Right.
So he goes in and gets a haircut, spends an hour in there or whatever. Then he leaves and he goes, hey, you know what? Hanky Panky's bar's right across the street. Let's go get some beers. So he goes in, he has a beer or two or whatever and a couple of shots. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, now it's 3 hours in. He gets back in the car. He drives back to his mother's house. Obviously, now he realizes, oh my God, my kid's dead. Goes back to his mother's house, goes inside and calls 911.
So doesn't try to resuscitate the kid at all.
Doesn't sound like it. So deputies get there. When they get in on the scene, he's like, oh, yeah, my child's in there. He's on the floor. He's in there. He's on the floor. And he's like, oh, my God.
Why isn't he in your freaking arms?
Right.
You've been helping him.
Exactly. So anyway.
How do you just let your kid, hey, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to call the police.
Because he knew he was dead. So they estimated that by the time he called 911, the doctors and the medical examiners pretty much guesstimated that he was dead for 2 hours before he called 911. So he died before he ever got out of the bar and he ever come back in. So he goes through all of this. His child dies. Okay. And what does he do? What would you do? I know you just have to make something up because you've never been through this. But if your child had just died, what would you be doing the next 2 to 3 weeks, if not at least the next 2 or 3 days? What would you be doing?
Probably in that corner over there, or at my house in a fetal position.
Exactly. Crying my guts out and just beside myself and questioning life and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, guess what? What do you think he did? I know you know, but just what do you think this guy did? Being the upstanding citizen that he is,
Yeah,
I mean,
the total. I would guess the total opposite of what we said.
He went back out to the bar and had a few more beers.
Father of the year, baby's dead, investigation is going on. What does he do? He picks up his mother, and they go back to Hanky Panky's for a few more cocktails, and they're there until almost midnight.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what this guy did.
Yeah.
Before he was arrested a few days later.
Volusia deputies and the Ormond Beach officer who tried to revive 18-month-old Sebastian, arresting 33-year-old Scott Gardner on Thursday.
Scott, watch your step. Be careful over here.
Love you guys. Well, let me know where you guys look.
Yeah, down the road.
Because you're not going to come back here again.
Yeah, that's what he did. The hospital said that the core temperature of this baby, I don't know if I said it before, I'll say it again.
No.
107 degrees when he was brought into the hospital.
Right.
So that's after he's been out of the car for 30 minutes, 45 minutes by the time they get him into the ER and everything else. They're trying to resuscitate him, or maybe the paramedics took his temperature right there in the ambulance. So I would venture to say that his temperature probably at one point was up around 109, 110.
Yeah, if you said the car was 111, then that's, I mean, you know, what's our regular body temperature? 98.6. So it's not a big leap. And don't they say anything over 100, 405 is in the danger zone?
Brain damage. It begins brain damage if it lasts for very long. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you put him in a cold bath. I mean, if you're up around 105.
Yep.
Dude, you're in a cold bath.
Putting my kids in a shower.
Yeah.
Yep. Cold shower when their temperature was, you know, feverish and all that.
Oh wait, you mean you did something about your children that where his temperatures were up? Yeah. But I put a fan in there.
Right.
And I cracked the windows.
Cracked the window.
You scumbag piece of shit.
Yeah.
I swear. Oh man.
Right.
Just like the sheriff said, a good place for him is where he's at in the county jail. And I hope he rots in there. So anyway, he's been charged with felony aggravated child abuse.
Good.
And felony aggravated child neglect or something like that. Right. There's 2 or 3 charges on him.
I'm dumbfounded because
I am too. When I heard this, you know, I sat there and I looked at the TV and I just shook my head. And as soon as my wife came back from wherever she was, I said, did you hear what just happened? Right over, I mean, it's like 40 miles from here. I said, you hear what happened? She goes, no. And I told her, and she goes, just the look on her face. She's a school teacher.
Yeah.
And she's got 2 of our kids plus her 2 stepchildren, my other 2 children that she's taken care of their whole lives, most of their lives. And I'm like, she just shook her head. She walked off. Yeah. Just in absolute disgust. So anyway,
this has happened several times in the last few years because like in the brand new vehicles, as soon as you turn the car,
check the rear seat.
Yes. But they got a device that plugs in and it gives you that. It's like an aftermarket device you put in. Right. And it says check the rear seat or gives us a signal. And like, I mean, it's so bad that people have had to do that.
And usually it's accidental.
Yeah, right.
You know, you get in a rush, you're trying to grab the groceries, you're trying to grab the shit so you can go in and change real fast and then haul ass back out the door. I'm not saying that's an excuse. There is no excuse. What I'm saying is it's accidental. This guy cracked the windows, put the fan on, shows intent. All day long intent.
Yeah.
And what do we need to prosecute somebody?
Intent.
Opportunity.
Yep.
I don't think there was any motive other than him just wanting to go have beers and not have his kid.
Yeah.
And then intent. And there was intent. Bam. Right there.
Drop him off with mom.
Yeah. I mean, if you brought him back over there and called 911, call her and say, Ma, I need a haircut so bad. I'm freaking going nuts. You know,
I'll be gone a couple hours.
You want to sneak in a beer after the haircut? Okay, I get it. Yeah. But at least the child's being taken care of.
Right? Mom knows.
Grandma
knows.
Mom's out of the picture. She's in a different county somewhere. They couldn't interview her. So anyway, God bless little Sebastian. And I'm going to have his picture on the thumbnail. God bless that little guy.
Right.
Just, oh my God, just the cutest little varmint you ever want to see in your life. I mean, just blonde hair, just cute as hell. Here's a picture of him right here. But anyway, the story needed to be told from a law enforcement side.
Right.
You know, and I can tell you from personal experience, had those deputies known what had actually happened right then when they got called, I would imagine that the outcome of his fate right there would have been a little different. he would not have walked away and went and got a beer later and blah, 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 whatever.
So you're saying that
he would have immediately went to jail right then.
Oh, yeah.
Right then.
Absolutely.
You know, and he wouldn't have had the chance to go get mom and go have a beer.
So what did he say happened that they had to do the investigation?
You know, I don't remember. Okay. But I mean, the child, well, I think he said something like, oh, I was just, you know, I was here for a little bit and, you know, we were in the car and he got a little hot, you know, or the car, I don't know what
so
he
said. Downplayed it. Yeah.
Yeah. They, like I said, the sheriff called him a lying piece of shit. So he told some bullshit lie
right.
that, you know, this just happened. Right. He's been sick or something. And whatever he told the deputies, you know, was a absolute freaking complete lie. So, all right. So I hope he burns in hell. That's just my 2 cents. That's what he needs to do.
Absolutely.
And if you think he should burn in hell or go to jail for an extremely long period of time, drop us a little comment and hit that like and subscribe, guys. We're like skinning right along there at 29,000 or whatever. We'd like to pop it over that by the end of the year. But yeah, we appreciate you.
It's summertime. So
yeah, some summertime.
All right, guys. And always remember, at Surviving the Badge,
we still got your 6. Always.